The evil Isabel is dead. The doctor will see you now. If you have to ask about the doctor, you're not ready to know. Permit me to mark it on your map. Do not tarry. He urgently desires to speak with the great Red Prince. He tells me you may respond this way. He does not come to you, but he promises that a visit to the doctor is good for your health. He knows you understand.
The elf bows his head in thanks. You turn away. A combination lock is embedded into the face of the hatch with 4 numbered dials. A sequence of numbers has been engraved on the face of the mechanism. 1324. Below this are 4 dials. Each of the 4 dials bears 4 phrases that can be rotated into place. The first dial must be set. The mechanism clicks. The second dial has the same 4 phrases to select from. The mechanism clicks once again. The third dial bears the same options as before. Another click. One last dial remains, with the same phrases as all the others. The final dial clicks. Then, deeper within the mechanism, the sound of gears turning and a bolt withdrawing. The hatch yields, clicking open.
Often the strongest locks hide the darkest secrets. More Magister trickery. They must have many secrets to go to all these lengths.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. That didn't sound successful. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls.
The following subversives, known as Seekers, have been confirmed as dead or apprehended. Duggan, Dwarf, male. Alistair, human, male. Claude, Dwarf, male. Vartax, lizard, male.
trick, by the sound of it.
You are no magister, no paladin either. Resourceful of you to breach our inner circle. I'm sure Marwell must be fuming. Tell me, does Ark still stand? Lately, I was investigating possible threats to Arks. My inquiries led me to suspect that a dwarven enclave was planning something significant from within the city's sewers. They've long used the sewers for smuggling contraband, but something changed recently. They seemed nervous. More guards, more hidden chambers, more secrets. I fear that an attack against the city might be imminent. Good Queen Justinia seeking to take advantage of the disarray in the Order, perhaps. I don't know, but I do know that the dwarves ransacked a Divine Order ship. The Peacemaker. A vessel like that wouldn't bear just regular cargo. Whatever they're hiding down there must be brought into the light of day. Truly? Then Arx owes you a debt. You have my thanks. Farewell.
The spirit vanishes. The list in the records is a long one. It bears many familiar names. People you met, people you fought, people who were kind to you. Most, it seems, you will never see again.
I can't bear it. There are good people on this list. People who didn't deserve any of this.
A list of the damned. Perhaps their loved ones will be inspired to seek revenge.
Further proof that the Divine Order is anything but civilized.
Please, speak. Last I heard, godhood awaits. If only we can wrest it from Dallas. First, we find her. Then, we roll for the greatest fate of them all.
Godwoken. I should have known it would be you in the end. I should have ran you through with my sword back in Driftwood, not offered you my hand. You're nothing but a catastrophe in waiting. You are part of the problem, Godwoken, not the solution. We lead the world to salvation. Sacrifices are inevitable, sad as it may be. Dallas is so very close to her goal. She will tiptoe down the crypt of the divine, point the Aeteran at his holy body laid to rest, and purge the powers of the gods still raging within. This is how Lucian, even in death, will become the savior of us all. With him, all source will wither. With him, divinity itself will die. No source, no Voidwoken. Remember, sorcerer? That is what we promised from the start. A cure that will save the world. We will redeem Rivellon. No longer will you and your divine ambitions stand in our way. The time has come for us all to burn Godwoken. A sacrifice worthy of Lucian. He died for Rivellon, as will we.
Raymond produces something. An incendiary grenade. Your eyes dart left and right. Oil barrels are stacked in every corner and alcove of the chamber.
Let's go out with a bang.
Raymond primes the grenade. It starts to hiss.
Greet the Reaper for me.
The wheels are already in motion, Godwoken. My death changes nothing. Dallas will prevail.
Raymond's spirit smiles. The fanatical gleam in his eyes makes him look almost alive once more.
This world is rotten, and the rot started with the gods. We will all be better off without them. You should just stand aside and let it happen. But you won't, will you? Do you even know what you do with these powers that you chase? It's power-hungry fools like you that have made our actions so necessary. Rivellon needs to be saved from your ilk. Farewell, Godwoken. Enjoy the prestige of being amongst the last of your kind.
The spirit of a white magister tips a vial of powder into a goblet of wine before her. She swallows it back without hesitation. The spirit vanishes in an instant. The spirit of a magister stares at you with undisguised venom.
Your time is over, Godwoken.
The spirit glares at you in defiance until she is no more.
What is it now? Ah! Tell me about this plot. My, they are ambitious. Not to worry, though. Only Lord Ahoo knows how to enter the crypt, and I have it on good authority he'd rather die than share his secrets. That said, the timing of his disappearance is rather worrying. Needless to say, my best people are searching for him without pause. I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Please, take this as a token of our gratitude, and then enjoy Lucian's Day. Welcome to Arx. They better be having more luck in the prison.
The nurse stares openly at you. His eyes are a pitiless black, like a hungry shark.
You are known. You are on the doctor's books. He awaits you. Go to him.
The nurse hisses at you while you remain in earshot.
Your flesh has such perfume. I am drunk on you. You are in the books. You are invited. Do not keep the dark.
Welcome, my prince. I'm glad you could come. Tell me, what ails you? You should know that I have forgiven you your little indiscretion with the irritating Jehan. But you owe me. At least, hear me out. We should work together. We share common cause.
The doctor looks at you in shock. The word seems to hurt him. He hisses in anger.
Do not say that name!
He quickly recovers his composure.
Now, you don't know yet what I'm about to propose. Take a moment. At least hear me out. Then you may see yourself out. And keep your hands off the valuables.
Accepting walk-in patients, clearly.
The door does not open. A creeping sensation comes over you, as if the door were examining you.
The doctor is not taking visitors. Please step inside. The doctor may see you. Perhaps.
Yield to none. Never pick a fight with your doctor.
Glory is mine.
Seville's voice sounds from over your shoulder.
I would speak with Sahela, my kin. Thank you.
Seville, it gives me joy to see you. You continue to become the great scion. This is good, for we stand on the edge of the abyss. Are you prepared for the coming war? The mother is dead, and we are free of her terrible plan. The age of the mother is over. The shackles of the past are broken. We shall take our rightful place in the new world. War is coming. We shall harrow the earth with the blood of humans, lizards, and dwarves, and from it a new forest shall grow. It gives me joy to see you, Seville.
Sahela keeps her expression carefully blank. Seville turns away. She looks troubled.
Isn't it obvious? She's insane. Yes. I think she's a mad woman. She was there in Fort Joy, and she's here still in Arx. Yet what does she speak of after all she's been through? Nothing but death and domination. She has learned nothing, but I have. Live and let live, I say. Thus endeth the lesson.
I've heard they're not showing Hubert Oak's work.
Please return. What? But we came
Lucian.
all this way.
He doomed us all when he adopted the baby Damien. I wonder what I would have done in this place.
Oh, Pilgrim.
May Lucian return.
The prayer seems to echo in the hollow space inside you.
May Lucian return.
May he return indeed. Maybe then we can stop praying and get back to our lives.
You have the trust of the Lord Arthur. Show that you deserve it.
Aye, aye,
Lucian's blessings to you, stranger. I'm Sister Avony, the head priestess of the Cathedral. Most matters, not all. Lord Ahoo is the keeper of the Cathedral. Only he can approach the remains of Lucian the Divine. I tend to the more typical matters of the Cathedral, guiding those who visit us in their worship, and organizing the feeding and housing of our brothers and sisters, Lord Ahoo included. No, I cannot do such a thing. Lord Ahoo's privacy must be maintained. Very well. Here is the key to Lord Ahoo's quarters. Please, don't cause a disturbance. Lord Ahoo greatly values his privacy.
This place has been ransacked.
You! Hold it right there. You better explain just what's going on here before I throw you in the cells. I don't like the look of you. You're coming with us until we get your story straight. Alarm!
Any fool. I'm wasting.
Meet your maker.
I'm wasted in this place. Any fool can throw together a bloody stew.
Into the dark with you! Where's you need?
Nearly there, my darling. Then a visitor. Tell me, do you like puppets?
The toy seller nods and smiles.
Wonderful. Here, take a look at this.
The puppet springs to life.
Impressive, no? There's a lot of craftsmanship in that small package. Quite a lot. Now, what can I do for you? I haven't had many callers of late, what with all the fuss and hubbub that's been going on outside. Quite. Luckily for me, I have everything I care about right here. Why, I could lose days on end rummaging around inside my darlings. Sauce, what else? Each and every one of my darlings has a little bit of magic in them. It turns a mere toy into a friend. I'm on good terms with the Divine Order. They know what my work entails. They've even had use for me in the past. I have nothing to fear from them. Oh, no, not at all. I use only the smallest sprinkle of sauce in my work. I'd hardly think a Voidwoken would set its sights on me and my darlings. Consider me at your service if you need anything else.
To none. None. None.
The desk is locked tight. Instead of a keyhole, there's a gilded inlay that bears an engraving. It was all for you. Beneath this sits a framed square of blank parchment. The parchment stares back. The desk is locked tight. You take a nearby quill and dip it into an inkwell. Then you poise its tip over the framed square of parchment. The ink is absorbed into the parchment until it vanishes. Somewhere within the desk, a mechanism unlocks with a click.
I've spotted something.
Keep his name safe. It must not be spoken.
So this is where Kim hides the good stuff.
The spirit of a painting hovers where the painting itself once stood. The second passion of Lucian, you presume. A dagger of pain shoots through your head, halting your advance instantly. You hear a voice, soft and calm, yet laced with disappointment.
Such a long journey you have undertaken, in the service of thieving charlatans, in pursuit of that which you will never obtain.
A long, sad sigh reaches you from the depths of the void itself.
This is your last chance. Abandon this folly. Leave and never return. I am the past. I will be the future. I am the God King. You are but a misguided servant. Heed my words and leave. I do not wish you harm unless you force my hand. Because my followers are many, my followers are everywhere. Your endeavors are pointless.
The voice fades away, and with it, the pain.
There's someone here. He seems to be in great pain.
The man before you writhes in pain, oblivious to you. Otherworldly shackles are coiled all around him, keeping him prostrate. The man raises his head with an anguished groan.
I am Ahoo. Well, your search is at an end. Apologies if you were expecting a more convivial setting.
He coughs up a gout of blood. Before he can dissuade you any further, his eyes roll back and he loses consciousness.
Stop! I told you to leave! You're going to kill me! You can't!
He shudders as fresh waves of pain course through him.
Leave, or you still have a chance. And don't touch the...
He passes out, mid-sentence from the pain. The spirit ignores you, focused as it is on tearing the source from its captive. It stinks of dark magic. There's nothing in the spirit but pain, its own and that of its captive. He resists the agony, but it's only a matter of time before the spirits tear his source away. The pain begins to hurt you too. The spirit seizes the pain you inflict upon it and turns it back on you. The pain you share nears unbearable levels, and the spirit begins to smile. This is the pinnacle of its existence. And then it exists no more. The pain it gave you ebbs away.
Stop! Yeah! Stop! Please, stop! The pain! It's too much.
His face goes slack as the pain renders him senseless. The man doesn't respond. He's out cold. The dark stench assails you. The spirit concentrates on tearing the source from its captive. The spirit seizes the pain you inflict upon it and turns it back on you. The pain you share nears unbearable levels, and the spirit begins to smile. This is the pinnacle of its existence. And then it exists no more. The pain it gave you ebbs away.
Our guest. Pain only. No mutilation. Until the master comes.
My dear Lord Ahoo, you should have told me you were expecting visitors.
Run, you fools!
That, I'm afraid, is a matter of perspective. From where I stand, all of you must die. Everything depends on it.
Why, Kem? Why betray everything for which you once stood?
I stood for a lie. The God King told me the truth, so I swore an oath. He's sorry it turned out this way, of course. But you can never see Lucian. It can't be allowed.
I cannot. I am near drained of my source.
You were always weak, wizard. You just never knew it. It's time for me to teach you the truth.
the Reaper for me.
You're not trying to escape, are you? I'm not picking that up. I could try moving it.
With a glint in the dark of his eye, the spirit of Kem gives you a toothy grin.
Well done. I admire your skills of deduction. You are clever, aren't you? But there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing at all. Wait, what? What? No, this was not the deal. This was not the deal. I will return. I will return!
But Lord Kem was gone, and he would never return. The spirit watches you, composed and dignified, even in death.
Of course you do, Godwoken. Why else would you seek out a tired spectre like myself? But what you ask was expressly forbidden by the Divine before his death. None, especially Godwoken, were to approach his remains. He saw that his crypt was turned into a fortress to thwart the likes of you. He even arranged for Godwoken to be harried by White Magister and lone wolves, to keep them far away from his crypt. I swore to uphold his wishes. I know. And I think Lucian would have concurred, if he was still with us. I will help you. Nobody knows every step of the path of blood, but I'll do what I can for you. First, you must get past Lucian's statues, the one that judges those who approach it. An amulet filled with source, paired with a scroll of atonement, will let you pass unharmed. Good. But you will need to fill the amulet with source, and to find the scroll of atonement also. Only then can you proceed. The room is filled with levers. Most are deadly, but 5 will lead you closer to Lucian's tomb. Each lever is named after a virtue of the divine. 5 of them bear initials that spell power. Select these 5 and these alone. Then ask. The divine cannot be asked such questions, Godwoken. Besides, I trusted him. He must have had his reasons. I just hope he'll forgive me for breaking the oath I swore. He said that if anyone were to approach his remains, then the world would be left vulnerable to the void. It was not for me to question how, only to serve. Farewell, Godwoken. The Hall of Echoes beckons me.
Greetings. Have you come to join us in the endless prayer? Lucian's day wouldn't be the same without the faithful gathering to petition for his return. The more voices that join our cry, the better. Ah, the Path of Blood is a more advanced form of pilgrimage. I would not advise it unless you believe yourself to be free from sin. And trust me, none are free from sin. The Path of Blood ends in death for those who attempt it. Consider yourself warned. The signs suggest that if we pray hard enough, Lucian will return to save us. Every year, we gather to offer our prayers in his name. We stand united, hoping that he will favor us once more.
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
I can do this. Hey, me first!
Pledge my life, Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my life.
I pledge my dead. She seems so confident.
Please return. Please return.
Something closed the door. Looking at this, I'd say... What's this? I found something.
There's a curious-looking panel discreetly nestled upon the wall. Upon it is a lone button. Nothing happens. There's a slot above the button. It looks like something should be placed in it. The amulet fits the slot perfectly. The mechanisms around it begin to glow with source. The source fades from the amulet, consumed by the inner mechanisms of the button. You produce the Scroll of Atonement and read it aloud. Gears turn behind the ancient walls, almost like they're acknowledging the words you spoke. A nearby hatch in the floor unseals itself.